The Boston Celtics got a sneaky signing by picking up Dalano Banton, the 6'7" athletic point guard from the Toronto Raptors. He was recently a second-round pick who then fell out of a little bit of a rotation, but has now gotten a second chance on the Atlantic Division rivals, the Boston Celtics. So let's break it down on Dalano Banton's career stats, what he did in the Summer League, and what he can provide for this Boston Celtics team going into 2024. So looking at Dalano Banton, we're going to be talking about if he's the future at point guard. And yes, that might sound a little questionable, but with Derek White being the starting point guard, trading Marcus Smart, and having Peyton Pritchard be the backup, who's a solid offensive point guard, but not the greatest defensive backup point guard, I think bringing in Dalano Banton for a try and a run is great for the Boston Celtics. I personally think that they're going to feed into him and want to develop him like they're developing Peyton Pritchard and develop him on the other side of the ball, defense. Now, when looking at Dalano Banton and looking at his stats, we're going to get into it from Basketball Reference, you can see that he's not the greatest player. Obviously, last season he averaged 4.6 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists, shooting around 42% from the field, 29% from three, and around 70% from the free throw. So he's not the greatest scorer, not the greatest shooter, like I said, but I think he's going to be very impactful on the defensive side of the ball. Peyton Pritchard, great playmaker, great scorer, can shoot the three, great at that. But the one thing he lacks is his defense. He's a liability on defense, and he's a little small. Dalano Banton being 6'7", can guard these big point guards, can guard these two guards, and hopefully be able to lock them down for the Boston Celtics so we can see him increase his run and get some trials with this Boston Celtics team. I think that he's going to be solid on the defensive side of the floor, and I think that he's going to get some playing time because of that. Now looking at his Summer League stats and going over the Summer League, the Boston Celtics actually saw him play in the Summer League and gave him a contract. So they gave him a 2-year, $4 million deal that will last for the 2023 season and the 2024-2025 season, but that is a team option for 2024-2025. So this gives the Celtics some flexibility. Obviously, 2 years, $4.2 million, not a lot of money, and that's great because the Boston Celtics have been shelling out money to Jaylen Brown. We just had to let go of Marcus Smart because we couldn't give him any money. We just gave Kristaps Porzingis that $30 million extension, and Jason Tatum's coming up on an extension soon. So the Boston Celtics need to work on these younger guys and these younger deals to bring in and kind of trial run these guys, see if they can fit their system, see if they found a diamond in the rough, and if they do, then they can keep that guy and keep him locked down as he'll want to stay ingrained in the Celtic culture and keep with the championship vibes. Now, I know personally that Dalano Banton hasn't really been given much of opportunity with the Raptors. He was mainly a backup point guard in his first year as a rookie, but last year didn't get seen too much playing time. So with the Raptors team of trying to compete and, not wanting to tank, obviously he didn't get that much playing time towards the end of the season. And now going with this new team, hopefully he can kind of rejuvenate himself and rejuvenate his stock for the Boston Celtics and actually help us out. Now looking at his Summer League stats, when he played with the Boston Celtics, he played in 2 games where he averaged 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And even though he didn't shoot the ball well, like I've said, only shooting 32.3% on his field goal attempts, including 23% from 3, he did commit 2 turnovers as well. So that is the one problem with Dalano Banton here, is he's going to have a little bit of turnover history. He's not going to be the greatest shooter, but as long as we don't put him into situations where he needs to shoot the ball and shoot lights out, I think we'll be solid. And that's not what they're expecting him of. They have other scorers like Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Malcolm Brogdon when he comes back from his injury. They have these other scorers. They need Dalano Banton to play defense and play his role. Kind of similar to what I said to Jordan Walsh. And if you missed that video, make sure to check that one out as well, where I deep dive into Jordan Walsh and how the Celtics are going to use him. But I think the Celtics are going to use Dalano Banton and O'Shea Brissett kind of as tweener guys that we're going to use to see if they fit the system. They're mainly defensive guys. They're going to help us out in our depth positions when we need them. And if an injury comes up, we can just put them in and hopefully they'll be solid for us. But I personally think that Dalano Banton's going to work up his role and actually be solid for the Boston Celtics. As like I said, Peyton Pritchard expressed trade interest at the end of last season, and with Marcus Smart being out, he might not want to be traded, but you never know in this situation. So the Celtics, being smart, grabbing another backup point guard for cheap is a great deal to do from an organization standpoint. Now to look at what he has said about the Celtics. Now, Dalano Banton has had some comments since he's been signed. This is from Boston.com. He says that just being able to be part of a championship contender, guys being able to push you, whether that's in the first unit or the second unit, I think there's going to be a lot to learn from on both ends of that. And being able to come every day, come and be able to work. Being able to push guys and trying to just build every day, get my individual work and seeing what I do in the rotation. Just definitely going in, being able to work hard every day and be able to make people see off how hard he works and gives his effort. And that's great as a Celtics fan to hear. You want to hear that your main guy that you're bringing in to sign, that's a cheaper deal, wants to work hard, wants to improve his game, wants to be better for this Celtics team. He knows how important winning is to the Celtics culture, and he really, really wants to invest in it and dive deep in it. And that makes me as a fan very happy to see, as I love to see these guys coming in, working hard, wanting to change and put banner 18 up for these fans. And that's what we want as fans. So I love seeing this come out of him. I think that he's going to give it his all, like he said. I think he's going to work. And regardless, first, second unit, I don't think he'll be in the first unit. But guys in the first unit are coaching him, trying to help him get better at his game. And you see that with Rob Williams in the offseason working on his jump shot because Tatum told him to be more selfish. These guys want to play as a team and win as a team together. And you can see that in the culture in Boston. They've got so many guys, veteran guys like Horford, obviously, that want to win. Derek White, who just came in, that's ready to go. They're just giving him the point guard role now. Kristaps Porzingis is coming in off of a couple years where he wasn't competing for anything in the playoffs, so he's going to want to compete and bring some drive. So honestly, I'm very excited for what the Celtics team is going to look like, and I'm very happy that we're going to be giving Dalano Banton the option to show us how well he's going to be. And I think that he's going to fit perfectly with the system, and I think that he's going to be a solid rotational piece once we get into the season. Now, obviously, I think we'll see him play in the beginning of the year, probably 5-10 minutes here and there. And then you might see some experimentation in practice. If he does good, you might see him getting backup minutes over Peyton Pritchard. But honestly, I think he'll be the third string point guard, getting around 5 to 10 minutes a game. And I think that depending on the matchups, or if another player is doing really well on the offensive side of the ball, they might put Dalano Banton in to see if he can lock him down. And I think that would be great for this organization as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys like the signing of Dalano Banton, or do you not? I personally really like this signing, and I'm excited to see what he can do for the Boston Celtics. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and check out Celtics Digest for all your Celtics news. I'm Bruce Velez, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.